And good morning, my friends, and happy Friday. Check this out. This is a live look at Breckenridge ski area as you see snow falling down there dark and early this morning. It's actually been falling there since last night, and it is now working its way into the metro area today. But skiers rejoice. What a good time to head to Breckenridge today.
Fresh powder.
Yeah, that's if you don't get stuck on 70, because we know how that situation is.
Ooh, yeah. I know that snow is supposed to move in just a little bit later this morning, so if people are trying to hit the slopes early, it might be a little dicey on I-70. Yeah,
that's true. Well, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone.
Yay!
TGIF. It's been a week.
What do you say? It's been a month this week.
What a year this week has been.
There you go.
That's truly how it felt. Good morning, everybody. Keely Chalmers is in for Ed this morning with a look at your forecast. Let's send things over to her to see what's happening. Hey, Keely, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we've got dry roads out there right now, but things will be changing as we head through the morning. It is going to be a chilly day as well. How about 20 degrees cooler than yesterday? So we're going to top out right around 40, 41 degrees, and we do have that snow moving in. It's dry out there on the road right now here in the metro area, but you saw the snow in the mountains. It's going to be moving down, so expect some waves of snow throughout the day. And again, we're going to be a little bit cooler with a high of 41 degrees. Snow likely tonight, cold and windy. We're going to drop down to about 20 degrees. It is going to be sunny, so this system is going to move in. It is going to leave behind some snow and move on out, but it is going to leave behind a very chilly start to your Saturday. 37 degrees your high tomorrow, but under sunny skies.
All right, Keely, thank you so much. Right now, we want to check in on the commute as you get ready to travel through Commerce City. 270 in Vasquez is where we're looking live right now. Eastbound lanes headed toward us, westbound lanes traveling away from us, and a nice quiet start to the morning drive is what we're seeing. Although, as you just heard from Keely, that could certainly change a little bit later in the commute with the weather that will be changing. Let's go ahead and take you over to the graphics right now and check in on the drive. All green out here. No rush out the door on your Friday morning at 5 o'clock. I do want to give you a little bit of a heads up here. We do have some emergency road work happening on westbound 76 at Sheridan. There's a left lane closed there. Thankfully, volume so light at this hour that we're really not seeing any major impacts. As you get ready to travel into Commerce City on westbound 76 here, traveling in from E470 will only take you 11 minutes.
Erica, thank you. Police in Commerce City say 2 officers and 2 firefighters are in the hospital this morning. They were hit overnight by a suspected drunk driver.
Our Brianna Fernandez is following the story for us this morning. Brianna, what do we know?
Hey, good morning to both of you. So we know first responders with Commerce City and South Adams County Fire were responding to another crash in the westbound lanes of I-76. That's when police say a suspected drunk driver drove around the barricades before crashing into them. So take a look at this video. This was the scene when our crews arrived late last night. The 2 officers and the 2 firefighters were taken to the hospital. The officers are expected to be okay. We're still working to learn more about how the firefighters are doing, but police say that the driver is in custody. Now, while I-76 near Sable was shut down overnight between Colorado Boulevard and US 85, this morning all lanes of I-76 are back open. So later this morning, we can expect to learn more about this crash from Colorado State Patrol, Commerce City Police, as well as South Adams Fire. So we will continue to follow this developing story and keep you updated on air as well as online.
All right, appreciate it, Brianna. Thank you. This morning, we're learning more about the moments leading up to Denver police shooting a man.
Denver police, drop the gun! Don't go for the gun! Don't go.
Denver police say they noticed the man had an unholstered handgun behind his back while walking around his truck. This happened November 27th. Police repeatedly tell the man to put his hands on his head and get on his knees. About 4.5 minutes later, they say he appeared to reach for his gun. 2 Denver police officers fired 5 rounds. They hit him twice, and he did survive.
Pleased with the officers' actions. I think that they took a significant amount of time to de-escalate that situation. I don't believe that any officer wanted to fire in this particular case, and took a lot of precautions to try to get this to end peacefully.
The man doesn't live in the Cedar Run apartments. Police say he has a connection to someone there. We aren't naming the man because he's not facing serious charges right now.
A Republican legislator is entering the race to replace Congressman Ken Buck. Jerry Sonenberg termed out of the state legislature, and he's currently a Logan County commissioner. His family has farmed and ranched in Sterling for generations. Sonenberg says that he is an advocate for his district's rural values and says his campaign priorities are reining in the budget and opposing, quote, unnecessary oil and gas regulation. Sonenberg was the only no vote against Colorado's 2020 police reform bill, calling social justice protesters thugs and looters. This is expected to be a crowded Republican primary in the 4th congressional district, stretching from Douglas County to the Eastern Plains.
Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser is now joining a lawsuit against the NCAA. The multi-state lawsuit is challenging a rule that imposes a 1-year delay in player eligibility to transfer between Division I programs. It claims this rule violates antitrust laws. The NCAA transfer eligibility rule restricts student athletes from transferring between Division I schools by requiring 1 year of academic residency before they can become athletes. There are some exceptions to the rule, like first-time transfer students and students who get waivers for health reasons. The lawsuit was filed in West Virginia and includes attorneys generals from 6 other states.
Hunter Biden is facing a new 9-count indictment accused of failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes. This is the second indictment this year for the president's son. Prosecutors claim that Hunter Biden spent millions on an extravagant lifestyle instead of paying his tax bills. He's charged with 3 felonies in California focused on taxes he owed between 2016 and 2019, a time where he struggled with addiction. If convicted, he could face up to 17 years in prison. Biden is already fighting an indictment on federal gun charges in Delaware after a plea deal fell apart. The White House has declined to comment.
Republican lawmakers could be one step closer to a border security deal. President Joe Biden says he's willing to make a compromise with the GOP in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on track. It's a deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support toward Ukraine's war against Russia. The aid package also includes funds for Israel and Taiwan. Sources say the president is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum.
Former President Donald Trump was back in Manhattan courtroom for civil fraud trial. He's accused of misrepresenting his net worth by billions. Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are the target of the lawsuit. The judge presiding over the case already found that Trump fraudulently overvalued his assets to obtain better loan deals from banks and insurers. The court is now working to determine what, if any, penalty the former president must pay and if his conduct may have violated other laws.